Oh no.
No, I
That was way
waited.
too
I
late.
waited. I knew
He
it
knew
was
it
gonna
was
be
coming.
heinous. I waited this week. Hello, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Welcome to Delve Requisite here on Proficiency Bonus. This week's episode sponsored by me knowing my players well enough to know when I have to go and live, and then go 3, 2, 1, and then hit the go live button to let them just get it out of their system without ruining their personal and professional careers.
Is it knowing your players well enough, or is it knowing that Victoria does it literally every time? It's just to be expected.
That is splitting hairs for no reason. Thank you to our sponsors, Little Dragon Corp and Cardboard Castle Games. We can provide you with a link to their fine websites if you type !Little Dragon or !CCG into chat at any point during tonight's stream. So let's just jump right into it. Let's pick up right where we left off. We're right where we left off twice, in fact, because we left off at the same place 2 weeks in a row. You are in an underground cavern somewhere beneath Mount Iolaquis. Oh, hey, Doug's for Life, thanks you for 27 months of subscribing. You are in the caverns beneath Mount Iolaquis.
Dogs for Life is beneath the caverns.
Dogs for Life beneath the caverns of Mount Iolaquis, where you
have anybody down there. It's her.
Just reconvened with Kir Yiskra and Gugnak, who you had sent off on adventure prior to your own departure into the volcano. Since your parting of ways, you both have had some things happen. Eons old dragon was awoken from beneath the heart of the volcano by an old acquaintance of Rowan's, who apparently is now in cahoots with either the Brotherhood of Artanis, the Ignean Empire, or both, and wearing some sort of a enchanted suit of armor, dominated some kind of an artifact that was within the dragon's lair and used it to apparently control the dragon. The group of individuals led by this acquaintance of Rowan's escaped riding atop the dragon as it exploded its way out of the top of the now very much active volcano of Mount Iolaquis, forcing you guys to flee for your lives. Kir Yiskra had some adventures of her own beneath the island, where she has taken control of the Bloodscale tribe of Sahajin. Your original sort of command to her was to get them to leave the other indigenous tribes in the Iolaquis Atoll alone. The Goblin Nug tribe and the Bright Feather Arakakra who live here. She has done that in a manner of speaking. They will no longer be plaguing the natives here, because they will instead be following her command, which at this point is to ally forces with you guys and make trouble for the Ignean Empire. You guys are currently in a cavern somewhere beneath the island with Kir Yiskra and Gugnak, a group of other Sahajin, and this like faintly glowing icon to Sekola that the Sahajin were just concluding a ritual on when you entered into the cavern. I will turn it over to you.
Can we maybe, sit down and take a short rest?
Do whatever you want.
Are we we're out of imminent?
As far as we know.
This place is going to explode and kill
appear to be in any imminent danger.
What?
you can still hear some sort of distant kind of rumbles and things like that. But you're pretty deep within the honeycomb of aquatic tunnels beneath the mountain right now. So you are not near any danger, as far as you can tell.
I would like to take a short rest if it's okay with the party.
Anyway, do you want to talk to Kier up here and just make sure we're not going to get attacked here? As Rowan crawls out of the water and just lays on the land part.
We're treading water. I will mind link with Kier. Congrats on everything. You did amazing. Do you mind if we just take a quick rest? We're really beat up from the ancient dragon.
She sort of cocks ahead at you, and through your mind link, she goes, "Dragon? What insanity do you speak of? There have been no dragons in this land in written history."
There is now. The Empire. I will give her the abridged version, but the Empire now has one under their control, and it's really fucking scary. And we're a little bit outmanned, outgunned.
She looks skeptical about your tale about a dragon the size of a city block coming out of the mountain, though.
Yeah.
You kind of take it she is... it leads credence to it as she does say, I had been wondering if all of the tectonic activity was tied to you all. It seemed unlikely that the group of you going into a place and imminent destruction would not be linked.
Technically, this one wasn't our fault this time.
She says, the Bloodscale tribe are subservient to me now. I have dominated their leader.
Well
you have
done.
nothing to fear for them at the moment. Rest.
I will relay that to the party for the moment. She says we're Gucci.
Okay, well, in that case, I think I'm going to just lay here. Yeah, I don't remember what spell I got hit by that dropped my hit points to, really low, but then I leveled and it resetted, but I know my hit point total's 12 right now.
Mine's at 20 out of 77.
So are you guys trying to take a long rest, or are you trying to take a short rest?
I don't know if we can short rest, because I
think
don't know
just
if we
a
can afford a long
yeah.
rest right now without contacting our ship and getting back to them with
Yeah.
the bugs. So I think short rest for now.
Doesn't Apora have the ring, so you can after we rest, we
you have communicated back and forth with Apora, I believe, once.
just once.
So we have
Two
one
more.
2 more?
2 more.
3 a day.
So the last you spoke with them, they were trying to deal with the Ignians, and then they reported to you that the Ignians were retreating. This was shortly before the dragon.
All right. I guess during the short rest. Should I message them after the short rest or during the short rest?
After, so that we don't have to move right away in case they're close, would be my...
Should I give them the heads up about the dragon, though? Or do you think
I feel like they might have seen it.
I hope they saw it. Okay, I'll message them after the short rest.
I think it's a little late to try to warn them, because it took us a while to get from there to here.
Okay.
Rowan just lays back on the ground, clutching the helmet she picked up. She's just laying there oh my god.
Yeah, we short rested.
Short rested, please.
Burn what die you will, things like that.
Okay, so here's the thing. This cleric cast, was it harm? It's the one where it can't drop you to your hit point max to 0. I think it was harm.
Cast upon you, yes.
Alright, let me look up what harm does, so that I know whether or not I can... Because my hit point max reset when I leveled up.
Yeah, same.
But
I don't know what mine was at.
My hit point maximum is severely reduced. Oh my god, okay, cool. It goes away after an hour.
Yeah, so you'll be all right.
Oh, that's a D8. What am I doing? Damn it.
Okay. Everybody done what you need to do for your resting?
I feel mostly better. I'm saving some just in case.
I gotta roll some shit here.
In case the day's not over yet, I'm saving some.
I don't know what my HP was before the level up, but I didn't get hit that much, so I'm just gonna like mark a couple hit die as used and
It's
Call it
probably
even.
fine.
yeah. I definitely was the least beat up of everybody.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, that's a little bit better. I'm not full, but I'm definitely closer to full.
I assume Thixus is also healing up a
Probably a
little.
good idea to get him some hit dice too, because
I don't know who can control his sheet, but somebody can. We'll assume he's healed.
Yeah, he'll use some hit dice. We'll just sort of obfuscate him for now. He's around. He's not in imminent danger of like keeling over, but he did get knocked the hell out like 4 times in a row. So he's like he's just kind of like hanging back and like nursing the severely like split skull that he has right now.
Oh my god.
Which will explain why
No.
he's like he's a little quiet tonight.
Oh, buddy.
I am holding my carpet and also my hole.
oh, I forgot we got items.
Yeah.
They get items. So okay.
If I
so
spend
let's-
my short rest with my carpet, can I like I'm basically trying to figure out which size it is, because the bigger they are, the slower they go, but the more they can hold.
Gotcha.
So there's like a 3x5, a 4x6, a 5x7, and a 6x9.
Let me pull up my things here.
And like the biggest one can hold 1,600 pounds. The smallest one can hold 400 pounds.
You know what? I had it marked down, but this will be fun. Let's do this instead. Roll a D100,
There's
and we'll say
4.
that's the
Oh,
size
okay.
of your. We'll say that's the size of your carpet.
Okay.
I found Thix's character sheet if nobody else did.
I'm
I
not
haven't
even
opened it, I just
looking at
can't
that
see
right
it.
now.
I was gonna say, but I opened his sheet for future reference. Oh, he was at 15.
Wait, okay, that's really weird. I literally just rolled 46. And there's
46?
a 4x6.
4 by actually, funnily enough, 4x6 is the size that I had marked down that it was. So
Okay,
Primo.
cool. Just wanted to make sure I had the right
21
one.
to 55 on the little chart here marks it as a 4x6.
Okay, cool.
So you guys have a 4x6 carpet of flying. You determine. I don't know if we described that on stream. I think I told you guys that like off stream. So let's take a minute for the viewers at home. You guys take some time to settle in with the stuff that you like snagged from the collapsing Cave of Wonders style treasure mounds as you were fleeing from the dragon's horde. Sela, as we had said, you did in fact grab a carpet, which upon further inspection does turn out to be a carpet of flying. As you are looking over this carpet, you notice that there is a perfectly square hole in the carpet, kind of like near one corner, and some further inspection reveals that hole to actually be removable. You discovered that there was a portable hole stuck onto that carpet, so you have acquired both of those items.
Nice.
Time to hotbox that one.
Beth, you I don't have my note right in front of me, so if I mess anybody's up because I'm doing it by memory, you can correct me. But Macbeth, you found a huge diamond, like a diamond that is like you have to hold it in like 2 hands like this.
Kind of thing that Queen Elizabeth would have colonized people for.
Yeah.
Wow.
You also find an ornate. It's like this ornate box with a lid that you open up, and inside there are these, like maybe 5 inches long, fairly narrow, like these like cut crystals of a kind that you don't recognize, but they like shimmer faintly as if they are imbued with some sort of magical property. Your inspection as you like are looking at these here does not reveal any function or like identification to these things. You just can tell like they're magical in some way, but you're gonna need to find somebody who can either is familiar with these or is more like experienced arcanist to potentially identify them for you. Rowan, you got Malark's helmet, which was not part of the Dragon Horde, but is you can determine is magical in some way in and of itself. Though because it is not like with the rest of the set, you can't like it doesn't seem to do anything. I don't know if you like put it on, I don't know what Rowan is doing with it. It seems like maybe putting it on would be not a thing she would do, but like inspection reveals that like it does appear to be enchanted in some way, but it doesn't do anything as far as you can tell on its own, and not part of like the rest of the set of armor that he had on.
Makes sense.
Nimue, you obtained a this like very it almost feels like silk in your hands, but it turns out to be this like extremely strong strange metallic substance, a chain shirt. You were able to identify that it is a set of Ifriti chain.
Question about that.
Yes.
Because I think I need a certain strength to wear it. I don't think I have that because I'm a dex fighter. Because if that's the case, then I think probably Rowan should have it.
I don't remember seeing a strength.
If it's a breastplate, the kind of armor that it is has like a weight strength
Chainmail.
requirement. Just yeah, it has like a hold on, where was it?
Yeah, I was looking at it earlier.
Yeah, it says notes strength 13 required
Yeah,
Do
not
you
even
have-
on the
do you
magic
have
item.
13th strength?
She grades like 9,
I'm
isn't
a
it?
dex fighter, remember? I'm one of those weird fighters that put strength as my dump stat.
I
have a
specifically
-1
this
strength.
is an item that I picked for you, so we're gonna waive the
Thank
strength
you.
requirement on that.
Okay. Because I was like, oh, this is really cute, but the only person strong enough is Rowan.
No. Yeah, this was specifically for you. I didn't realize you didn't
thank
have
you.
13 strength.
I have an 8 strength, sir.
And in addition to those like specific things, y'all found a bunch of gold. So you guys made out pretty well on loot. That was your haul from the Dragon Horde.
Y'all, I need so many. I hate being a character that doesn't care about money, but that has spells that need monetary components.
I have money that I can.
I have
get
money
back
we can
to
get.
her.
Yeah.
Guys, I need like literally like 3,000 plus gold worth of monetary components if we
Oh,
like
we're-
want to do cool
I mean,
shit.
we have that 5k diamond count.
If Macbeth doesn't fight us,
We
Captain, I will fucking
Me?
pin you down. Don't even try me
Well,
right
then
now.
fine, don't ever try to come onto my carpet again. And you cannot look into or even put any objects into this hole. If you're not going to share your bounty. And if you need a diamond to be resurrected, should you fall in combat, I will not use your diamond. And I have no other diamond, so enjoy the afterlife. I hope hell is nice.
I'm listening to everything after Hole.
I see how it is. Scylla, you see how Scylla will remember this.
While Rowan and Nimue are just cry laughing on the ground because they're too deliriously tired from being hurt and traumatized.
Glad I was with you, Brittany. That was great. I love that.
All I want to do is do things to help you all, and this is the thanks I get.
I
will
said
never-
I'd give you my gold.
I didn't say I wouldn't let you use the diamond. I just said it was my diamond.
Yeah.
Then next time when you fall in combat and you need to be revivified, it was my revivify, and I will not share it.
And I have Revivify too, but I also need
We also
I'll
need the
crash the
diamond.
boat until it's on. I don't care.
I will turn this ship around.
After you guys like get in
We'll
this
just take
like
on this-
spat
try us.
about the diamond, Thixus like sidles up to you, Murderbeard, and he's like, "Captain, is it because you wanted to like, you wanted to put it on your hat, didn't you?"
No, Thixus, don't be ridiculous. I was gonna get a pimp cane.
Oh wow.
Oh.
That is so much better.
Is that for your business when we finally get back.
No,
to
it's for
Pirate
looking
Island?
cool.
Mm-hmm.
Are you sure it has nothing to do with Rutabaga?
Nope.
No, you sure?
Mm-hmm. I want to see if Murderbeard is lying.
she's
Is it
managed-
about
she-
Rutabaga?
Rutabaga manages herself. I don't.
That's actually probably true.
Oh no, yeah, you're right. It's been 0 days since a Rutabaga joke,
0 days
chat.
since a Rutabaga joke.
Not a while before that.
Countdown,
It's
reset.
But since I wasn't sure how many days, I was like, let's just reset the count.
And it wasn't even me this time. It was Brittany.
We had to reset the counter.
Alright, well, this has all been very nice, but I think that we should probably
Get the hell off this
knock
island.
out. Yes, let's just get out of here.
In your as you guys are like talking, you turn and you see like Nimue Kiryusgra is like staring at you like all but like tapping her foot.
Staring at her.
Nimue.
Oh, I will mind link.
As you
Yeah.
like mind link with her, she says, "Are you all quite finished napping and then waking up and yelling at each other?"
Yes, I think we're done for now. I don't think we're done forever, but we're done for now.
Nimue, what's she saying? Was it sassy?
A little bit, yeah. She's asking if we're done napping and yelling at each other.
Okay. You tell her next time she deals with the dragon, and we'll go on adventures with the orc.
I will relay that on behalf of Murderbeard. I make it very clear that that's what he said, not me.
She says, "I imagine that the dragon smells significantly better than the orc." She like looks at the giant diamond that Murderbeard has. And she goes, "I would be more than happy next time."
Valid. She'd rather have the horde rather than smell.
She's got a point.
Yeah, she does go the point. That's a fair point.
She says, "I am eager to be off."
All right.
Stream didn't see that. You guys might have though.
Fluffer buffer.
All right, cool. My dog just did the equivalent of when your mom comes into your room to tell you something and then doesn't close the door behind her. Olive slammed the door open, came running in here, looked around, grabbed her tennis ball, and just left.
Oh my god.
Emily came and closed the door.
Queen Olive.
I say I saw Griff take a flying leap over the weight set.
Griff is in here now, though. I have Griff. Griff is on the bed over there. Anyway, Kiryu goes, I'm eager to be off.
She wants to go, guys.
She says,
So do I. Let's go.
A big dragon came out of the top of the mountain. I want to see if your boat's still there.
If possible, I would like to relay information to Hamlet to start making his way. Making his way downtown. If he's still somewhere where he can escape.
Oh my god, did you leave him down there?
Well, he was
he's
in the one cavern, hiding.
He's with
Raylan's
you guys
friend.
at this point.
Okay.
He came down with you, so you've got him with you. As you
Question.
instruct
though.
him to leave, he kind of expresses to you via your telepathic link that he doesn't have any he has no idea how to get out of here.
Can't you just snap him to
Yeah, you can just
call him?
I could, but if I didn't want to use the spell slot if I didn't have to. If he was still
you don't. It's
around,
just part of casting the spell. You can just summon
you
and
can just do
resummon them. You can just bring them. You can just beep boop in out.
Yeah, whatever.
You can do that. That doesn't help. That doesn't. You can't.
Yeah.
Dismiss him and then summon him a mile away on the ship.
Right.
Yeah, there's a distance requirement too, but you can bring him in and out.
Yeah, as long as we're not far away, then yeah.
Yes, that's why I'm saying do it here. Question for the DM
Monkey? No.
/ for Nimue and character to ask here. Didn't she say, or didn't Gugnock say something about she made something for the ship, but we didn't get that information in character yet?
Oh yeah.
She said
I'll
it
ask
to
her.
you via your mental link when you guys first got here. You walked into the room and she was like, I
Yeah,
made
she's
you
creepy smiling.
something.
What did you make
What
us, by
she
the way?
tells
We're
her.
ready to go, but what were you saying earlier about making us something? Rowan was asking.
She turns and snaps her fingers in Gugnock's direction and points at the
Oh, buddy.
points at the the little pedestal with the little shrine on it. And he seems to know he understands what is being asked of him, and he goes over and just kind of, it's a little unwieldy, but he sort of picks it up. And she says, it is an empowered shrine to Sekala. I can use it to expand the reach of my abilities in connecting with local megafauna.
I'll translate so the party knows what she's saying.
How mega of megafauna is she talking about?
Just assume I'm translating that.
She goes, I can use it to call big-ass sharks to fight for your
Oh
boat.
shit!
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
All right. One thing, cool.
Very cool.
Also, Nimue, don't necessarily translate this part. This is just between us. But
Okay.
that is useful. But also remember, she does fucking hate us.
She
So what if
does.
she uses the big ass sharks to kill us?
I
She
will
prob-
dominate the sharks right back.
We should maybe not let her keep that on her person at all times.
It definitely
I
looks
mean-
based on the way that Gugnock picked it up and stuff, it definitely looks like it needs to be installed on your ship.
We
It's
install
not just
it in
a
the
thing she's
captain's
gonna,
quarters?
Carry around with her.
Okay.
Yeah, just saying we don't necessarily want her having free access to goddamn sharks all the time.
Captain's quarters, away from the bilge where she sleeps.
Yes, but in the room where I sleep, where she could kill me in it.
You lock your door, and she isn't the most dexterous thing to get. You scared of a
vote-
tiny shark girl?
I vote we put it in
I mean, she kind of
cabin.
scares me, honestly.
Well, she's a little disturbing, yeah. But
Do you want to put it in my room?
yeah, honestly, Sela's one that would wake up the fastest if anyone wants to.
Just put it in there. I don't care.
Okay. Problem solved.
All
I feel like Kira's just staring at all of us. Like,
yeah, she was doing this the whole time you guys were talking.
All right, we
Oh
can
my
go.
God, one of these days we're gonna find out she's learned common and then we're all screwed.
I have a feeling she knows some. I think she knows more than she lets on, honestly.
Probably. She's
Uh-oh.
smart.
Oh, he's making a roll. What have you done?
Okay.
She's fluent. Oh God, it was an at 20.
No, I think she's been like studying us, like she has been actively studying us, so it wouldn't surprise me if she's starting to pick up some common.
When we were at our last port, I purchased an item from a merchant.
Oh,
A set of
no.
muzzy tapes. I know everything.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so she kind of like looks over the group of you, and via the mind link, Dimway, she says, "We only have the one barrel. Do you have a method for returning yourselves to the surface? There is no route that is not past a considerable amount of water."
Do I feel like the water breathing potion's still active? Because it's like
Certainly
ran
not
out.
after you've long rested at this point.
So,
no, we short rested.
Or short rested, rather.
question on that, or the situation rather. We have Windwalk for 8 hours. Is there a way up and out for all of us?
That's not something that she or the Sahajin would know, as they would have no means of like traversing that potential route. You know what? Make a wisdom check, Rowan.
It was a good roll, and it's my better things. Wisdom. That is a 17.
There's fresh air in these like non-submerged chambers that is like getting in here from like these Sahajin, and they're like, you guys and everybody is in here breathing and everything. Like, you all haven't suffocated from carbon dioxide poisoning. So like,
yeah, we can get out.
There's air getting in here somewhere.
I'll turn to the group and just say, guys, we can do our windy thing and try to get out through whatever cracks and crevices in the mountain exist, and
Okay.
Kier and Gugnock and whoever going with us can go out through the water.
All right. I'll translate that for Kier.
Okay. You translate that to her. She kind of like looks up, shrugs, and she turns to the other Sahajin who have just kind of been like milling around in here since you guys have been in here. And she like barks a series of what are very clearly like orders to them in her language.
A dog walks into the cave.
A dog comes into the cave. Hi, are you helping? Are you here to help? What do you think?
So helpful.
Here, you're gonna be on stream?
Best helper ever.
With that tail?
Nope.
Nope. Bye.
Aye.
Just
She's
kidding.
like-
It's like
No, I just wanted to come in here to see if there's anything I could get. Now that I'm in here, I'm not gonna be picked up. Crazy. So she like barks back at them. And they all sort of like look at her. They look at the group of you, and they begin to like essentially pack up this chamber. Like, they're like gathering belongings. They're like breaking down pieces of like more permanent furniture and things like that for like materials. It looks like gathering supplies, getting ready to vacate from here. Via your mind link, Nimue, she says, "I have instructed them to stay beneath the surface and move to a point several miles off the coast of the atoll to await wherever you decide to head next."
All right, sounds good. Thank you, Kier. Good job. And I also say good job in Orcish to Gugnock.
Gugnock's like,
good job, buddy.
and he kind of looks to her, and she like nods her head towards the barrel again. He's like, and he goes over and like puts it over his head, and she takes the like rope leash essentially, and through your mind link, Nimue, she says, "Very well. I will take the orc and we will head to the surface and look for the Grimm's Folly. Rendezvous with you there."
We'll meet you at the Grimm's Folly then. Before we go, I should probably message the Grimm's Folly and let them know we're on our way back.
We should probably also tell those individuals in the mirror that there's now a massive dragon on the loose that appears to be somewhat under the control of the Empire.
Yeah, probably a good idea.
Captain, do you have that mirror? Who has the mirror?
I would assume that would be something I would have like left in the captain's quarters and not brought with me to a death island.
Oh yeah, so
when we get back, we should do that.
I'm gonna go with the fish water group.
Okay.
Just to make sure they.
Oh yeah, you're fine.
Yeah, I can breathe underwater, and I believe when underwater I can communicate with them even if they do not speak my language. That seems to be the internet's agreement.
Nice.
Nifty. Have fun, Captain.
Be safe. I will send a message to the Grimm's Folly. We are on our way back. Where is your approximate location to the mountain? We are on our way.
Yeah, I'll wait to get that information before we like split off.
There is kind of a long pause, and then you get a response from Apora Dazan, and they say, I forgot there's a word limit on this.
It's 25, right?
It is 25. It is exceedingly good to hear from you. A very large dragon emerged from the mountain.
Yeah, we know.
Much more time passed. Decisions would have to be made.
Did not give us the information we asked about.
Ew, wait, what?
I think that in a poorer speak that translates to "Holy crap, I was worried. Thank God you're alive."
But the time has passed thing is throwing me off.
Because it was an extra. It took us time to get out.
Yeah, they said like a huge dragon blew the top off the mountain, and then like it's been 2 hours.
Oh.
If any more time passed, we were gonna have to start like having some discussions about like what to do. So you get the impression that like they're still where you left them.
Okay. We probably shouldn't have messaged them during the short rest. I think we kind of scared them a little bit. They saw the dragon, and we took longer to reply, so...
Nimue, as far as they need to know, it took us exactly that long to get out of
They don't
the
know
mountain.
that we took a rest. Look, we had to rest him in case...
What are they gonna do, ask here?
It's fine. We'll feel them. Alright, they're where we left them. Probably, maybe.
They'll forgive us. Appora's a very forgiving second mate. And then Rowan starts turning into mist. She's just like, I'm over this goddamn mountain. Get me out of here. And she starts.
Before Rowan like goes completely, I'm just kind of like put my hand on her shoulder and give it a squeeze. You're not alone. And then I will start turning as well.
Damn good thing you can't see me when I go into mist form.
I know.
This isn't tears. It's just mist.
It's just mist. It's fine.
It's just.
I'm turning into mist. Eyes first.
Eyes first.
Mist
That's a shirt
cry.
I want. I'm turning into mist eyes first.
Oh my god.
Okay, so you guys Mistform, Murderbeard, you stick with Kiryizgra and the bucket with legs that is Gugnak, and the rest of the Bloodscale Sahajin as they continue to like pack up their things, and eventually just like tromp into the flooded part of the tunnel down as it like slopes down, and descend underwater and begin like swimming through the underwater network of tunnels. The Mist folks. I'm not gonna make you do any types of rolls or anything like that because I don't think that's interesting. It takes you a little bit of time, but you basically are just able to kind of navigate in mist form, like along with sort of like the flow of air, to find like a path that eventually leads to like a fissure in the side of like a rocky slope on the outside of the mountain where you can then like stream out and into the open sky. As that is taking place, Murderbeard, you are beneath the mountain, still swimming through these tunnels. You go a little ways through the tunnels to a sort of like an open subterranean, subaquatic like cavern, where just like the other Sahajin, Kiryizgra's original tribe that you guys encountered, you come across several of their like long, narrow reaver ships, the like raiding vessels that the Sahajin use, that when they are not like actively using them, they sink them. So you come to this like underwater cave where they have several of these ships like sunken down and moored, that they begin to like untie and make ready. Several of them like get these like, fish skin is a terrible thing to say, but like essentially like hide like
Scale.
They look like big like nets or bags or something like that. They kind of, as they like drag them through the water, but they're attached to ropes, and they like bring them and swim out of the cave and begin to like head for the surface with them. All the while, Kiryizgra is like just watching everything, as if she's sort of like the queen of everybody. The barrel that is Gugnak is just kind of standing wherever like somebody leaves him when he's not being led by the rope because he can't see anything. But a number of the Bloodscale Sahajin are like definitely eyeing you suspiciously. They're looking at you like, who is this dwarf that is like breathing underwater and can swim as fast as we can and keep up with us, and like, what's his deal? They seem very like disconcerted by you.
They're perfectly allowed to be disconcerted.
I'm just asking if you're doing anything.
Not anything particular. I will at some point like casually talk to Kier and Gugnak just to be like, I can now, so I do.
Gugnak probably can't, because Gugnak is in a pocket of not ocean inside the barrel. But Kier you could speak to. You kind of like do that at first, and she like whoosh, whips her head around to look at you. And she says, "You speak in my head the way that Nimue does. What is this?"
Aye. You're not the only one with water magic.
What is this? Is this a dwarven insult you directed me?
No, it's like... I don't know if you know the concept of punctuation, but that's what it is. It's not an insult.
He says, do not care for your punctuation. Point it not in my direction, dwarf.
And he'll be like,
She,
not that Murderbird really knows what a gun and holster is, but
you more than anybody.
yeah,
does.
kinda.
She looks at you and says, "How long have you possessed this ability?"
How long has it been since I got game world time? How long has it been since I got Thorn?
I think it was at least 2 weeks that it took for us to do the trip to get here, right? And he died like right before that.
I was gonna answer. It's been a few weeks to a month, but Brittany did a gesture that made me think she was about to like give you the exact number of days because she had it written down. So I was gonna.
I don't know how many days.
Just get it down to the hour.
It's like a month, I think, from what. If I'm tracking everything correctly,
I'll respond that not too long, but I am always learning new things.
It seems my study of your compatriots is ever expanding. If I wish to know all of your powers and weaknesses.
Let me give you a little bit of advice when it comes to me and my crew. Just when you think you've got us figured out, that's when we'll do something totally unexpected. Except maybe Thyxus. He might explode. He's the most unpredictable out of all of us.
Yes, I have observed that while he is the most frail and pathetic, he is also possessed of the most unpredictable of magics, making him in many ways more dangerous than you all.
Yeah, he's definitely a wily one. Thyxus is quite an interesting individual. I mean, yes, I have seen him struggle to lift rope. But he is quite the strong of character and magic.
In my covert observations of your persons, I witnessed the Thyxus fail to open a jar for several minutes and then have to ask your bird creature to do it.
She doesn't even have any hands, does she?
She does. She's like...
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, I mean...
Kier says, "Listen, though I do not understand your tongue, without the use of certain magics that I prefer to conserve, I have observed you long enough to know your tones and the gist of your conversations. I understand when we were preparing to leave the cavern. You are uneasy around me, and rightfully so. Someday I will have my revenge for my people. But I will tell you this, dwarf. I have had much time to think on the fate that has befallen me, that has led me to travel in the bilge of your ship. You wielded the blades and the magic that ended the Rip Fin. But it was the Ignean Empire that drove us from our home. Were it not for them, we would not have been flushed into your vicious grip. Someday, I will take my revenge on you. But for now, our interests are aligned. I would see the Igneans bleed. Until They have paid for their crimes. I am content to wait and learn and grow stronger.
Can't begin to understand you or your people, your culture, but I understand revenge. And I do understand that there are things of an enemy of my enemy is my ally. And I know that nothing we're ever going to do or say is going to change the fact that we did end the Ripfin, but I hope that eventually when that day comes, you face us in combat face to face and not stab us in the back. I hope we earn that.
She smiles, like revealing too many rows of razor-sharp teeth, and she says, "Understand this of my culture. We are predators, or we are prey. The Ripfin are gone because they had not the strength to stay at the top of the food chain. In their encounter with you were the apex predator. You owe me no apologies, and should harbor no remorse for this. I would harbor none for you were the situation reversed. The only thing worth No. That's not right. The only natural order is survival of the fittest. We do not mourn those whose lives are forfeit to feed the strong.
I guess that's where we differ. Because I don't usually like having to kill people. Unless they really, really deserve it. But I do think you're wrong about one thing. I don't think the Ripfin are gone. The way I see it, I think the Ripfin are still around. And I'll, gesture to this new gaggle of other Sahajin she's accumulated, and then I'll swim ahead off, ending the conversation.
Okay. You swim away from her, and she doesn't for the remainder of the time of them getting ready to depart. She doesn't come to re-engage with you in any way. Make an insight check.
I also assume that all the other Sahajin understood our conversation. I wasn't necessarily supposed to be trying to be stealthy.
I double check your character sheet. Your ability might be
a
mind
range
to
thing?
mind, the way Nimue is.
I don't know. I couldn't. It doesn't actually come up on my character sheet. I had to look it up. You said insight check?
Insight check.
18.
You definitely notice Kyriazgra is still standing apart and lording over the other Sahajin, but she is looking at this group of collected Sahajin with more of a ponderance in her expression than the sort of haughty upturned expression than she was. Not a you don't see the warm and anything warm and fuzzy there. It is more of a calculus you feel is going on inside her mind. But eventually they get all of their vessels unmoored. Those things that they hauled out of the cave turn out to be large. They take them to the surface and fill them with air and then seal them. They essentially make these flotation bladders out of them, and then they use the ropes that they are attached to essentially haul the ships up They bring them up to the surface, get in and on board them, and then they sail off. When you like come up to the surface where with them, you don't see any of the other ships in the area. You are like slightly around the central island of Mount Iolaquis, from where like the other action was. But they sail and begin to navigate their way out to head to the north to where they are to like gonna like wait around for you guys. Kir Yizgra will like then descend back down to go retrieve Gugnak, and together the three of you head like south by southwest, until eventually you see the hull, the underneath of two vessels still in the small like natural harbor in the innermost ring of the atoll here. One of them you immediately recognize as the bottom of the Folly. The other one is another ship that appears to be of Ignean, of Ignean build. Though the way that it is sitting in the water, you can tell that it is like there's a hole somewhere in the hull that like you can't see. It is like half like kind of sinking and stopped only from sinking further by the fact that it like is propped up against a piece of rock underneath the water. So the ship looks to you to be very much disabled. With that, Murderbeard, Kir Yizgra, Gugnak, you like ascend from the depths and come back up to the surface alongside the Grimm's Folly. The rest of you miss your way out and begin to head towards the ship. The scene that you see as you all reach the surface again, the like heavy dense fog that had been like obscuring a lot of this area has been like burned away. Essentially, the heat of the eruption of the volcano just like burned all of the moisture out of the air, and you can see much more clearly now the main island of Mount Iolaquis. A good like third of the top of it is just gone, and there is these like massive track marks of like just obliterated jungle and forest down the sides of it, where like rock and stone and magma and things just like erupted out of the top and then like scraped down the side of the mountain. Several of the like closest adjacent like pieces of atoll are similarly like burned and scorched. You see that there is still like actively an eruption happening. Like you see these like plumes of molten rock are like shooting from the top of the volcano. Not like crazily, but enough that you can see it, and you see there is like an active magma stream like coming down the side of the mountain, and there is like a big billowing pillar of steam slightly to the side, like around the other side of the mountain, where you assume that like the lava is meeting the ocean, and being like rapidly cooled and boiling off this big plume of steam. There is definitely damage to more of the surrounding islands from like the rock and debris that was like blown clear from the top of the island. You see that there are like multiple fires on many of these little islands around here. You see no evidence of the dragon. You see no evidence of like the bulk of the Ignean ships that like were in this area. It's just the Grimm's Folly and this one like disabled, partially sunken ship. The Grimm's Folly has taken some damage. They were definitely like in a fight, but the ship appears to be intact and none really the worse for wear. And Apor Dazan and some of your other crew members, like Movor is on the deck of the ship. You see the Vadric, your like ship's doctor, is helping some people on the ship with some like minor injuries that they have. They're like in the process of like still sort of recovering from the aftermath of this fight. Anna Cromwell is like directing repair crews who are already like patching holes and cutting out damaged pieces of like deck and railing and things like that. But you all reconvene at the ship.
When we land on the ship, do I see in the sky or anywhere nearby any of the Aarakocra flying? Because like,
Make a perception check.
should probably check in on them before we just fuck off. That's not good. A whole 10.
With a 10, you do see like in the distance near like the areas of some of their like high settlements, you see like shapes of which you assume to be Aarakocra like flying hither and yon.
But not near us, and not anyone we can flag down or anything.
Not anyone that appears to be paying any mind to the Grimm's Folly right now. That you see, they seem to be like well embroiled in some other stuff.
You want me to try to catch another seagull to send them a message? I mean, we need to wait until I go to sleep, but then I could do it after. As long as it's not an asshole seagull.
We haven't really had luck with getting non-asshole seagulls.
They're just... What other bird will I use?
Is there pelicans around?
Those are even more asshole-ish than a seagull.
Apora says, before you extend too much energy in trapping and sending a message with a seabird, we have been in communication with the Bright Feather since your departure.
Oh, good. Are they okay?
They and the goblins of these islands are in crisis intervention mode as a volcano erupted and a dragon came out of their holy mountain. Many of their settlements have sustained damage. She says the fact that the Ignean fleet seems to have rapidly retreated from the area after the dragon emerged from the mountain, and the dragon itself did not stay in the area, has somewhat lessened the strife. There is, as of the last report we were given, no great imminent threat. Just fires to put out, rebuilding to be done, and they gesture towards like the still like magma spewing volcano. They are hotly debating what to do about that.
Guess they don't need us butting in right now, other than
As of my last conversation with the Bright Feather leader, Israk, they would not turn away assistance from the crew in doing damage control, but I told them until I was more certain of your fate, my intention was to stay put. As I said when you contacted me, after such a length of time passed, I was beginning to fear that the worst had happened. I am sure there is a extraordinarily eventful tale to be told.
yeah.
Do we have need to depart immediately?
I mean, where are we even gonna go?
I would like to aid them
I
how
would
we
too.
can
I
so that
agree,
they can keep their home.
I agree.
I mean, we could.
I mean, we can still forward the message. And I kind of look at Captain.
Yeah, we need to talk to a few people and figure out what's next. But I think if we stay here tonight, as long as it's safe and we can help them a bit over the next couple of days.
It will give the crew time to continue repairs.
Porus says, might I offer the suggestion that we move the ship to the exterior of the atoll? With active lava flow, it is uncertain that our path out will be clear if new rock formation blocks us in.
Are we... What is... Gesture at the sinking, like, Ignean ship. Have you looted this? What happened here? What happened? Are we towing this with us?
Porus says, when the Igneans retreated, we maneuvered such to force this one to make a difficult decision between presenting itself to our broadside cannons or attempting to navigate too close to the island. They chose to risk the island as opposed to our guns, and they ran themselves aground. The crew that was on board fled into the jungles.
So there's Igneans in those jungles.
Apora nods. Some. The goblins sent parties after them. They did not seem overly concerned.
Okay.
Has the Ignean ship been looted yet, though? Because we do need to replenish our supplies.
They shake their head. No, we have held position here, waiting to see if you would return from inside the island before making any other decisions.
Alright, well, we will definitely fill you in on the dragon shit, but if you could gather a crew to go over and...
Loot with some boats and small boats
Yeah,
while we get the Grimm's Folly out. And
yeah, the Grimm's Folly's pretty tapped, so we need to replenish anyway, so the fact that they just left their ship is perfect for us.
They retreated very shortly before the dragon emerged. It seems likely that they were made aware somehow that it was coming. The timing of their rapid retreat from the vicinity of the volcano leads me to believe that they kind of
have it under... The dragon is technically under their control. Now.
They point northward and says, it struggled its way free from the top of the mountain, took wing, and flew that way.
What is what's north of
north
here?
of
What's north? Yeah, like, do we know?
I'll pull up the Oracle map for you.
What's the path?
I'm scrolling up through the lore dumps to try to find the map. Oh god, yeah, I don't even know where we are.
Okay. Let me get you. Let's see which one is more helpful. Oop, not moving me would be. I'm gonna shrink myself.
Shrinking.
Okay, so you guys are way down here. For the dragon to have been heading north, if it continues going straight north, through up above the rest of the archipelago, it would clip the sort of the corner of Honorand. But if I pull out the full map here of the continent. The archipelago is not on this map, but essentially it is like
Around that little nubbin.
down like this like nubbin that is sticking off of Honorand here. Like you are beneath that. So like above, up above this area is like Honorand, and then eventually up here is the Empire. So it's flying. It flew in the direction of the Empire.
Okay, like, maybe this is a dumb question, but, like, so we know that that's what's directly north, but, like, from our experience sailing, like, in this area, you know how, like, there are, like, trade winds that, like, ships will take routes of the way that the winds go?
Sure.
Do we know, is there, like, a trade wind or any sort of, like, known wind pattern that, like, blows in a direction that does not go, like, is there one that goes somewhere else that, like, it might look like they were going north, but they actually were taking, like, a wind or a current or something?
That's smart. Good question.
Make I would say Sela and Murderbeard would both be, like, knowledgeable enough in this area to make a history check.
I'm not very good at that.
With advantage, probably, to pay respects to your nautical knowledge. Hi. Oh, we're back. We're back. Come here.
Not great. That's a 14.
Not bad.
The other one was a 4, so it's a good thing I had
That's better.
advantage.
That's better.
17.
The pupper.
A dog appears on the
So concerned.
on the
She's
ship.
so concerned.
I love her.
Oh my
Are you gonna play
goodness.
Dungeons and Dragons?
Olive, why are your ears so darn little?
'Cause she's the cutest.
And her eyes are so damn big.
'Cause she's the cutest.
Oh my god.
She's got this
look at that
this
face.
big honking head and these tiny little ears.
Yeah, that dog is all skull.
She's the best.
Olive,
She's like, Mom, save me.
Mama.
Mom!
Just leave her in here if she wants to be.
I don't
Big
know why,
head.
but for a moment I thought the force of her doing this was going to be enough to start rolling Matt that way.
Listen, dogs for life. I'm not making fun of her ears. I just think that they're really darn little, and and she has no right having such little ears for being a dog of that size. And I think it's a little suspicious. What is she getting up to? That she
Of course,
has
she's
such
n-
tiny ears.
she's not
That's
a
how she
dog this whole
found the
time.
power strip under the desk and turned it off. It's because her ears let her fit.
Yep.
Yeah. They're smaller so that she can commit more crimes.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's why
Makes
she's
her
the
more
best.
makes her more aerodynamic for quicker.
It's why she's
getaways.
the best, though. I end every statement with Olive is still the queen.
Oh goodness. I completely lost the train of thought of what we were talking about.
The trade
14.
winds. And
14 and 17.
yeah.
So you guys kind of know that, generally, ships that are traveling, these waters, if not bound for somewhere within the islands themselves, if they are traveling, along the coastline for the mainland here, that like this spit of land in southern Honorand aside, the Gulf here, the Empire and Honorand make up like this Gulf. That ships generally travel like around the interior of the crescent as opposed to cutting like straight across, even though like point to point it would be like shorter distance.
Yeah.
The wind patterns make it like a more favorable journey to just skirt the crescent of that gulf. So really like
That dragon could technically, like, slingshot, like, anywhere in that northern-ish area, but probably the Empire.
If dragons use the same, like, wind like as ships do, sure, it might be the type of thing where they might go around this piece of, land for some reason, and that, like, I think ultimately, like, could be going anywhere is really, the,
Yeah.
I like to think that while in real time we were distracted by dogs, but in game time, Scylla and Murderbeard were just going.
Yeah. Like, hold on.
I think,
5 minutes,
like,
hey,
you're in the captain's quarters, like a big map, and you have a bunch of, like, sextants and like a compass with a piece of string on it, and you're like making arcs and things like that, trying to sort of piece things together.
Okay. Do we need to get on the mirror?
Yeah, the mirror needs to happen. I need to know.
This dragon could be going anywhere,
Yeah.
but probably north. Captain, Rowan, would you like to do the honor since you are both so personable and lovely?
Yeah, totally.
Rowan's on the ground practically, like, non-communicado right now. She's just, like,
Oh, right,
laying...
Rowan's traumatized, sorry.
Rowan's laying on the ground touching a helmet. She's
Hey,
just kinda...
Captain,
Yeah,
since you are the
I'm
captain.
to go talk to Rowan after the mirror thing, but
But Rowan lifts up a hand as this is all happening around her, because she definitely, like, went with the group. She's just not helpful with anything right now, but she
Right.
does so. Doesn't the mirror go to the enchanter, what's his face, too, in
Yeah,
Terra
we
Libra?
need
We
to
should
tell
probably
everybody.
tell them, too, and we
Yeah.
need to know what to do next, because this plan failed.
Yep.
And Rowan's head just hits the wood of the ship deck really hard.
Go for it, Captain. You are the captain of the ship, so you speak with the authority of the crew and the cabal of officers
Yes,
that is present here.
To Rowan's point, you don't only have to talk to somebody in the Fool's Errand. You can talk to somebody in the Ordinum Libri with your mirror.
I think we should talk specifically to the orcish individual. Don't you agree, Captain?
Yeah, I definitely think I agree, and I think you're doing a fine job at using words, Scylla, so I think you could do it this time, and I hand to her.
No, I will not be doing that. It goes against my religious beliefs. I can't do it.
All right,
Could just see who answers the mirror.
all right, Nimue, you're up.
God damn it.
You're lucky I was this close to just being like, thanks, sis, there you go.
Alright. I'll shake the mirror like an Etch-a-Sketch. Hello?
Who are you trying to contact?
I don't know. One of them.
Are you
Intense-
calling the fools
Intent
or
is
the
important.
Ordum?
Well, I mean, I will say, like,
Fools, or are you
either-
calling Terra Libra?
Ordinum or Ordinum or Fool's Errand is the intent is like
I
who
think
we'll
the
try to connect
Ordinum
to.
first. Like, I think
Okay.
the library first, because that seems more important that they know first, and then I'll get to the other group, because, yeah, we should.
Okay.
As many people as we can get to know what is going on.
All right, so you shake the mirror. Hello. As you kind of look at the mirror, then you see not your. After a moment, you don't see your reflection anymore. You see like the interior of a chamber. It appears to be a room in You guys went to the workshop, yeah? Where they do like the artificing. It looks like
Yeah,
it is
the
it's
magic
like-
items.
It looks like it's a workroom in the workshop in Terra Libra. And at first there's nobody in there. But after like a couple of seconds you hear like from somewhere behind wherever the other mirror is, you hear like thunk 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 thunk, heavy footfalls, and what comes into frame is like essentially an anvil that is like the size of Murderbeard. It like slides into frame of the mirror, and then you see it is being carried under the arm of Riker, the large like mechanical golem guy that you guys hung out with a little bit, and he like. I don't have the voice mod up today, so you're gonna have to just deal
You're
with it.
fine.
Hello, and then he looks around and sets this anvil down on the ground. It's like, boom, like clanks this anvil on the ground. He goes, hi. You're calling on the the mirror that they said you guys had. I'm the only one here right now. What's going on?
This is Riker, right?
Riker.
Riker, is there someone who's available that's like higher than you? No offense, but this is like really important. There's a dragon on the loose, and I need to tell someone with authority, like right now.
He goes, okay.
Big ancient dragon, Riker, quickly.
He, you can definitely tell he's like, not sure if you're serious.
I'm very
goes,
serious.
Yeah, hang on. And you hear him like
Would it
clunk
help if
off.
I say the Empire has control of this ancient dragon and everyone's at risk? Can you go faster, please?
He's like clunked out of the room.
Thank you.
He comes back like 2 minutes later with Boris Volodov, who you guys know is like the head of the workshop and is you're not sure exactly the like specific inner workings of the Urdinum's power structure, but you know he's a pretty like pretty high up there. He like pulls up a stool that is like definitely too small for his bulk, and like sits down in front of the mirror, and he says, Riker tells me that you say there is dragon on the loose.
Yeah, not just normal dragon, like ancient big fucker dragon. And it's being controlled. Are they the Brotherhood? It doesn't matter. The Empire has control over it now. They used an artifact deep within the mountain, and now they have it, and now they're heading north.
He turns to like off like frame of the mirror. Is Riker, can you fetch parchment and ink, please, and take this down? And from like off the side of the mirror, he's like, "Oh yeah, sure, I've got some right here." And then he kind of like comes back into frame behind Boris and like stretches out the parchment. He goes, "I am going to presume, based on the look of your faces and the singeing on all of your garments, that you are not bullshitting me or crazy. You understand, however, that a dragon has not been seen in Nigeria in nearly 2,500 years. So, in order to appropriately respond to this new threat, I am going to need as much detail as you can give me. Everything, please."
I give him everything. I will describe each of the individuals that we saw and fought. I will describe the dragon, although honestly, you don't really need me to describe a dragon, because if you see it, you're going to know what it looks like.
The dragon's name wasn't it Silarax?
Silarax?
No,
Wasn't it-
Silarax is...
Silarax was the
something
No,
else.
Silarax is the...
killed.
They said its name.
I'm looking
Didn't
for
they-
it.
Yeah. They said its name.
I'm sure it was Greg.
And I will explain the item that's being used to
Atixia.
control it.
Atixia or Ataxia or something.
Ataxia, yeah.
I never got Matt to spell it for me, but yeah.
I would have to go back to look at my spelling of it, but Otaxia is the name of the dragon.
Ataxia. And I will describe the item that's
Pretty fitting,
controlling
because
her.
the ataxia.
He listens without interrupting during all of this. The only sound coming from the other side is the rapid of quill on parchment of Riker, who is like his sort of like apertured eyes like are looking at you
right
in the
now.
mirror and not at his hand. Is his hand just like transcribes all of this.
Hell yeah.
And when you kind of finish your tale, Volodov says,
I will also
there
give them
is-
the timeline, because we did take a rest, so I'll give them the heads up of like how long ago.
he says, "There is a great deal of information in your tale which will require investigation.
Okay.
Preparations will be made. We don't know where this dragon is going or what the plans of the Empire are for it, but I can imagine that it is not going to be good for the people wherever it is that it shows up.
Well, it's probably passing by on the Rand before it gets to the Empire, so there's that.
Well, this is... if we are lucky, it will pass over on the Rand without incident. The population there is sparse.
And under-equipped.
He kind of taps his chin. He says, I do not wish to speculate, but it would seem to me that the most likely target for this new weapon of the Empire would be to send it to Midlanday.
Yeah.
Kind of like tells his head, he says, it is also possible they are going to send it here.
I mean,
Preparations will have to be made.
wherever they send it, we're going to be fucked, so...
He kind of looks at you and he says, perhaps. But if history has taught us anything, it is that you can kill dragons. I will take the information you have given me to the council, and we will research what we can of this item that they have used to control the dragon, of this armor you speak of this dragon itself, to see if there is any history on it. And I will make sure that word is spread to all relevant parties in the Five Kingdoms who need to be aware of the danger that is now posed to us all.
Alright.
He, kind of like scratches his big shaggy beard and he says, what of you? Where will you go next?
I kind of look at the party. I don't know what our plan is next. We didn't really account for an ancient old fuck dragon. We do want to help stabilize this area with the peoples here, since there was a lot of damage done by the Empire before the dragon even emerged. So we're doing that for now. If you want to, I can update you when we have a more solid plan, and I would hope that you also update us on your end on what's going on.
He nods. You rest assured, if the Ordinem finds anything of consequence that may illuminate this situation or is relevant to your activities, someone will be in contact.
Alright, sounds good. Should we contact the other party? Are they still in the city? Are you able to talk to them, or should I call them?
He says, they left shortly after you did.
Alright.
They were heading for the border. Such as it is these days. I think you guys know this, actually. Like, you guys know that they're going into trying to get into the Empire.
Okay. Well, maybe they should know. There's a dragon coming.
Yeah.
We've spoken to them at least once. We've spoken to them at least once.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys you guys know. So you kind of know they're like. He doesn't tell you anything you don't know. He says they left the city. They were heading east. At this point, they are likely very close to, if not already across the old border between Midlanday and the Empire.
Alright. Well, I'll give them the heads up.
He says, very good then. For my part, I will make sure that someone keeps you in the loop as we research this. Someone may be in contact with you if any of the scholars that look into this information have further questions that might help them in their research.
Alright, we'll keep the mirror close then. We'll wait your news.
No, this is good luck.
Thanks, you too.
Mirror like clouds over just as like
I shake it again like an etch a sketch to get to
you
the
see
new
like
call.
Molotov kind of like gets up to like leave the room, and as the mirror like
Somebody
fades,
else want to?
you see Riker is just like,
Bye, Riker!
Okay, I will talk to them. Give it to me.
Okay, here you go.
Your turn.
What do I have? I have my phone. I'll talk to them.
There you go.
I think of the fools.
Okay. I guess I'll let you guys pick who you want to talk to. It can be Brahm,
Alar.
obviously, or if it's somebody else that you want me to play, I can do that as well. So that Russell doesn't have to do it if he doesn't want to. Do you want to talk
Russell,
to
do
Alar?
you want to play Braum, Russell?
You made your decision. You said you wanted to.
No,
talk
I
to
was saying that because I was being facetious. I was being silly because Adam's not here.
Yeah, I'll play Rom.
Okay. Hello. Hello.
What is like
You
where?
are...
When is this for us? Is it like literally where we left off? The fools
We're
left
running
off?
out of-
No, you are not running
Stop!
through this. You are not running through the
Right
streets
out
from
of the
Ignians.
jail.
Yeah, unfortunately, we did have a surprise canceled session. Otherwise, you would have been like where I wanted you to be for this. We're gonna fudge it a little bit. You guys
We're
are
safe.
back in Thorn's like front, like his like moneylender front building. Like you guys are back there, having given the slip to the Ignians. So you're still in the town of Talmark. You have done your like jailbreak thing, but you have yet to discuss what your next move is, and like the heat is now on. You're essentially like hiding in his building while like guards are roving all over the town trying to find you guys. So that's where you guys are at this moment.
It'd be real awkward if Brom
Everything's
dies the
going
next
great.
session.
I'm gonna I'm gonna pick us up next session where in this building, because essentially we left off proper with you guys escaping through the tunnel. So when we start next session with the fools, I'm just gonna say you ran through the city streets, you made it back to Thorns. This is where we're starting. So we won't have to worry about any non-canon stuff happening between then and there.
Oh, why does Brom have one arm now?
Are you all not picking up your mirror anymore?
Yeah, hey, what's up? Brom's very sweaty and slightly out of breath. Hey, how's it going?
Why are you... I don't want to know why you're moist. There is an ancient dragon. It came out of a volcano.
Is this a prank me recall?
Do I look like somebody who pulls pranks?
You look like somebody who pulls the limbs off of people, but not necessarily pranks.
Exactly. We are... I forget the name of where we are. We're at the...
You are in the
Mount
Iola.
Mount Iolaquis.
You're at Mount Iolaquis.
Yeah. We followed the Ignian Armada and got a tip of a strike force aboard one of their ships to the Iolaquis archipelago and found the native populations in disarray as an attack had been launched with the goal of getting into an ancient temple that had been sealed for we don't know how long. There was lava, they were controlling elementals, and then they found an artifact and awoke a gargantuan, massive red dragon, and now they control it, and they were flying north of here. So they could be anywhere.
Okay. Couple of clarifying questions. Who specifically is they? Who has a dragon?
Describe the people. Wait, do I know? Hold on. Does Scylla know that the guy is the guy? No, I don't know that. Okay, Victoria knows that. I just described the people.
You
Well, we know that
probably
they
know
were
that
an
he knows
Ignian
Rowan.
strike force.
Yeah, we
Don't
know that
know
it's a
anything.
strike force, but I don't know that this is the friend that had the red feather necklace, do I? No, I don't know that, so I just described them.
At least none of them are familiar to Brom.
No.
Okay. So some vaguely aligned bad guys are now in control of a gigantic dragon, and it was heading north from Mount Iolaquis.
Yes.
One moment, please. And, like, you see, like, out of frame, and then you just go, okay, I'm back.
There, like, Brahm comes back, and there's a bunch of like, other people like talking and like pushing and you see the corner of like Alar like peeks into the mirror, and then like,
Excuse me, they called me. Okay,
Do not crowd me over a
don't,
mirror.
don't crowd her. She'll rip your arm off through a mirror. I don't doubt it.
You hear in the background, like somewhere in the background, you hear like, I found 10 gold.
God damn it! God damn it!
All right. Thorn? Do you have like a big closet or something that we could just
Wait,
put him
what
in?
did you just say? Hold on.
I
What
said
did
closet.
Don't do it.
you? No, go back.
What? Which part?
Now Nimue puts her head in the mirror, like trying to...
All of the pirates start
It's like two
Hold on.
it's two like hand mirrors with like 6 people each trying to look in them.
You hear two people cursing in Draconic for the record now.
Does that, just out of curiosity, do you happen to be speaking with Nathaniel Thorne?
No, this is Raxus Thorn.
Did your
Oh.
mirror just say my brother's name?
What the fuck?
Rowan,
Hold on a moment.
Rowan,
What?
sits the fuck up.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh,
The worst
no.
person to deliver this news is about to do it.
Oh no.
So from the fool's side of this, Raxus Thorn is like looking at you now, like
Papa.
he's like, who are these people that you're speaking with?
The short story is they're a bunch of pirates.
That explains why they know my brother.
Oh, is he also a pirate?
I
It's his Murderbeard's voice, not Brum. Is he also a pirate?
is as I said, the civility of my method of helping people escape the Empire's clutches was a little too tame for my brother. He prefers a more direct approach. He's a pirate, yeah.
I kind of just look at the rest of the Grimm's Folly like, oh shit.
Murderbeard will step over, I guess. 'Cause
Can you
Murderbeard-
put this Raxus onto the mirror, please?
Do you want Murderbeard to take over since he actually knew Thorn?
No, you didn't want to do
I'm
the mirror.
saying-
You wanted me
all right,
to do
if
the
you
mirror.
wanna do
So
it,
now
you
I'm
do
gonna
it.
do it, and I'm about to ruin this man's life.
Oh my god!
Rowan numbly tries to lift her hand, but
So
it's not
Braun
fast
gives
enough.
Thorn the mirror.
Yeah.
All right. So like, he's got it like way too close to his face. It's like just the bot. Like it's
No, baby boomer face with
you
Sophie.
gotta hear. He's like, "Hello, how?"
I'm.
Where?
You'll see like a green hand come in and like
and then a face that is not unlike Nathaniel Thorn comes into your guys' vision. He's not quite as like where Thorn was very like broad and had like a beneath his like big beard had like a very like square jaw. Raxus is kind of like more slender. His skin has a little bit more of this like almost like is rosy in a way that like Thorn was a little more like, I mean, he was very like tanned, but you kind of see that it's almost like like a reddish pigmentation, and you see like beneath the like tassels of his hair, you see like the tips of 2 little like horns on his forehead, and but the rest of his like facial structure is very similar, though he markedly like has eyes that are very dark and like flinty, like Nathaniel Thorn's were, but are absent of that like emberous coal glow that Thorns seem to have. So once like once the mirror has been like adjusted and all of the kinks have been worked out, he says, "I'm pleased to make your acquaintance, such as it is, in this odd device. My name is Raxus Thorn. Based on the conversation I hear, it seems that you are acquainted with my brother."
Was acquainted.
Come again.
Nathaniel is dead.
Oh.
I see. How'd it happen?
Oh god, did we fucking got launched out of a mountain, like, explosion thing, right? We got, like, cannon shot in a cave.
By a board.
He died.
Tell me what down fighting.
He died putting an end to Ignean schemes.
How long ago?
Month.
I see. What was the nature of all of your acquaintance with him, if I might ask?
Nathaniel Thorn saved us from enslavement by the Ignean Empire, helped us reclaim and outfit a ship, and was a trusted ally on many occasions.
Thorn kind of nods. He's quiet for a minute on the other end. He says, I am saddened to hear of my brother's passing, but I thank you for bringing the information to me. I know not when I'd have learned it otherwise.
Vengeance will be had.
He kind of nods. He says, I'd expect nothing less from the sort what would call my brother their allies. He says, the path that he and I chose for one another, chose for ourselves, were never one much inclined toward dying peacefully at a ripe old age in one's bed. I always figured he'd meet his end at the end of a Ignean sword trying to save some people from a fate what they didn't deserve, just as I've always thought I'll find my end at the end of a rope. I'll mourn in my own time, but thank you for telling me this. And he hands the mirror kind of
before he hands it off.
Oh, go ahead.
Murderbeard will sort of step in and say, did you know anything of your brother's extraordinary abilities?
He was one of the best swordsmen I'd ever met, and I'm afraid I don't know exactly what you're asking.
Murderbeard will be like holding the mirror when he says, "So you don't know anything about this?" And show him like a glowing tattoo.
He kind of shakes his head. He says, "I'm afraid not."
Okay, well, it was worth a shot. My condolences. Your brother was a good man. I knew him for quite a long time, and he died well.
I thank you for saying it. I'll I'll leave you now to confer with your comrades here. I best get to work myself. They've a rather complicated task ahead for me to get them into the Empire.
One last question.
Aye.
If you could pass on a message to your brother, is there anything you'd like to tell him?
Make a persuasion check.
I'm just gonna sit down beside Rowan since the two of them have this handled.
22.
22. He kind of like raises an eyebrow at you and he says, that be a rather personal question to ask to a man you only met 2 minutes ago through a magic talking mirror, but I suppose if you knew him as you said you did, I suppose I'd tell my brother that I'll miss him terribly, and I never would have wanted an end to his life. But we both chose the path in life what we needed to follow. He done right by our dearly departed parents. He done right by the promise we made each other. And there's no shame in him passing in the service to those who've got no other recourse against the tyranny of the Empire. And I'd tell him that I will carry on for the both of us and get as many people as far away from there as I can, or as long as I still have breath in my body.
That's it. Murber's not going to say anything after that. Right. Not going to be like, I'll tell your brother's ghost. Bye.
He kind of he's quiet for a minute and he says, now I really will turn you back over to your friends. In direct pursuit of that, I have some people who I am long overdue to get out of the Empire's clutches, and I need to see to that.
Okay.
Don't you dare, Matthew.
And the mirror gets handed back to Brom.
Do you have any other questions about the dragon?
No, I don't think so. As long as you guys are out of... Are you done with all your massive shell-shocking bombs dropped on us and the people you didn't know were here?
Probably. Is there anything that you need to share?
Did you tell the nerds?
What?
The book guys?
Yes.
Okay. Alright, well, good luck with that. Anything else you need from us?
Call if you see the dragon so we can track it.
Yes, if you see the dragon or you hear of sightings of a massive red dragon, please let us know.
You got it. For our sake, I hope we do not, but I'll let you know if we do.
Have you any updates on Pendragon?
We don't, right? Nothing? We've learned nothing? No. We were just wrapping up a little prison break, and we're working on it. And I thought we had the rough day until you guys called about a fucking dragon. So
Sorry, we win! Again.
Okay.
Yeah, you win. You can have the dragon.
No, thank you. Goodbye. I just put the mirror somewhere else. Okay, it is done.
Thank you, Sila.
That went against my religion, Captain. I hope you know that you forced me to commit sacrilege.
Wow.
That is a prank. I can do it. I can.
I now want a T-shirt that is really like creepy Scylla face that just says "That is a prank. I can do it," like with a real close up.
In my heart of hearts, Sela went bazinga.
No.
Oh, no.
You need a picture of her makeup from like the earlier streams when she had like the whole top of her head all blue and she's like hovering creepily over Matt's head in stream. We need one of those pictures on that shirt.
Well, I guess we should rest and help these people and figure out what to do.
Well, before that, Rowan,
She just looks
you're
at you.
not okay. Did you know that person? You guys were talking. Like you knew him. Like he knew you.
Rowan's just staring at the helmet in her hands. And she just nods. Doesn't say anything.
I put my hand over her hand. Who is he? What did he do? How did he get to that point?
Remember how we talked about the people we wanted revenge on?
Yeah.
That's him.
That's him.
He's still stronger than me. And he almost killed everybody because of me.
I don't think that's a fair comparison. He used cheap, underhanded tactics, crazy magical items. I don't think that makes him particularly strong, just that he's using the power he obtained. That doesn't make him a strong person. You are a strong person, Rowan. Through and through. Never doubt that. What he did was fucked up. And I don't know exactly what he did to you before. But I don't think that's a fair comparison right now.
Ironically, you saw exactly what he did to me before. Swinging before talking. Attacking before explaining. Telling me I'm wrong and everything's wrong and I should just get out of the way. And I'm stupid enough to stay in the way every time.
And next time you be the thing that he has to get out of the way of.
He has a fucking dragon attached to him now.
And you think that won't
saying...
take a toll on a mortal body?
It will. And I'm not saying I won't chase him. I'm not saying I won't fight him. I'm just saying don't place your bets on me getting out of that alive.
I wouldn't necessarily put my money on that if you were alone. But you're not. I'll hunt that son of a bitch down and punch him in the throat, dragon or not. I said throat because I'm trying to be serious right now. Could have said something
Appreciate
else.
that, Captain. To be honest, with that armor, I don't think hitting him anywhere but the throat now would land a good blow anyway. But we've got
we can
this
punch
now.
him right in the head now, so that's like the weakest part.
Out of character, did Rowan tell us what he did to her, or was it just very vague?
He was the reason she got kicked out, is all you know.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to ask, what did he do back then? You said it's the same, but it's harder to compare a dragon absorption as the same thing as maybe years ago.
If that happened twice, that
Did it happen twice? Because like,
crazy.
is there a second
Is there
dragon
another dragon that you've known about this entire time?
No. If there was another dragon, I feel like Rowan would have led with that at the very start of the friendship. By the way, do you guys know there's a dragon?
Because if there was a second dragon, I would still love you, but I'd be a little pissed off that you didn't say anything.
Piece for every time this guy kicked my ass and escaped on a dragon, I'd have two gold pieces, which is not a lot, but it's really weird that it's happened twice.
Yeah. Too many. Yeah, that'd be a little too on the nose.
Yeah.
Rowan just kind of shrugs. The short version, because I think we all need to go to bed. So we've got work to do.
And you are also deflecting, not wanting to get into it.
I honestly don't even know how much of it I remember.
What do you mean?
Well, how much do you remember every time you almost die?
Yeah?
He was my friend. At the Radiant Dawn. And we went on a mission with others. And on that mission we were in 2 separate groupings, and next time I saw him, after we got back together, the others weren't with him.
As Rowan begins to unfurl this story, envision, if you will, for me, sort of the pulling back of our perspective away from the group of you sitting around a table in the captain's quarters in the Grimm's Folly, and we sort of shift to the sky, sort of gray and cloudy and overcast, and we shift back down to the ground, and we see a group of armored individuals with heavy packs, packed for an expedition, trekking across a muddy, slate gray landscape. And we dive into a flashback.
I'm sorry, Brittany. I was just asking questions. I'm sorry.
I think Matt's been plotting it for a while.
We dive into that flashback next time, as this is where we'll end our session tonight.
Oh shit!
Oh no!
It's okay. It gives me enough
time to prepare emotionally.
Wait, hold on. What week is that? Yeah, cool. The day of emotional damage.
Well, so this is something we've done twice now. We did it. We did it with Brahm. We did a flashback episode. We did it with Osrius. It's something that I would like to do for everybody eventually, as we get into inappropriate things. But yes, I have been I've been sitting on the The Rowan one was always triggered to whenever they like pried it out of you and you started to tell them the story. I was going to interrupt you and we were going to do flashback episode.
Hell
So yes,
yeah!
that it happened tonight is happenstance. It just happens that you guys met the condition for Rowan flashback episode tonight.
Thank you
so-
for the 5 gold.
Yeah, Gigi.
Oh, hey, 5 gold.
Thank you.
Don't let there be 5 dragons. Who knows how many dragons there are? But yes, so next session, as odd as it is, we're gonna do another flashback thing. So you're gonna depart from your own characters again for a week, but we'll see how that all unfurls next time.
Can't wait to beat up young
Yeah, we're just gonna
Rowan.
beat up Rowan.
We're gonna beat up Rowan.
No,
That's
that's
right.
legit. I think what it is.
Okay, so
I remember
let's
from this
just
time before.
let's do some sort of last minute housekeeping business type announcements. Next week, the 13th, should be the Fool's Errand. The following week is the 20th, which will be Grimm's Folly again. I am gonna probably make the call here and now that, like, in all likelihood, the 27th we probably will be off, because I imagine people are going to be traveling and doing things for holidays and stuff like that. But at least the next 2 weeks, I think we should be fine. And then after that week of the 27th, between Christmas and New Year, we'll probably return to normal rotation. Next week, Fool's Errand will continue their journey as they are in some hot water, trying to get across the border into the Ignean Empire. And then we will return here in the aftermath of the meeting of Rowan's past friend and confidant and betrayer, Malark, and learn a little bit about what exactly it is that happened to Rowan Ambermore that led her...
Emotional damage.
Emotional damage! All right. So, thank you, everybody who joined us tonight. Dogs for Life, as always, in chat with us. Thank you to our sponsors, Little Dragon Corp and Cardboard Castle. Be sure to check them out. Check out our other shows right here on Twitch, Proficiency Bonus, most nights of the week. You can also check out stuff that we do YouTube exclusive. Michael runs some stuff exclusively over there. I think his Omen thing is drawing to a conclusion, if not concluded.
Wrapping up soon.
But keep an eye out for all that stuff. Find us on all the social medias and everything like that.
We have a new show, new game coming January 2023 for Spelljammers. Come check it out.
So lots of fun things in the pipeline. But for now, I will bid you all good night, and as always, we'll see you next Tuesday. Bye.
Love you. Bye.